This is the LC Media Network on YouTube, and this is Sports Final with Steve Baxley, brought to you by the L2 Media Network and YouTube. Who else? I'm Harry von Stuttgart. Day 2 of my return. Day whatever it is for his. Here he is, the Sultan of Sport, Steve Baxley. Good evening. That's my hand. And this is a show. No green background again. Just be natural. It's a house. It's a home. Okay, let's get on with it. We got 40 minutes of a good show. Let's hope it's ours. Okay. Thank you very much. And let us proceed with caution. We got your headlines. We got everything you need. By the way, the Lions went 1 for 2 today on their wish list. We'll explain that. And we'll explain why, the Jets got their revenge on the Lions. We will explain. And a few other things that we'll be explaining as well, especially why a lot of people are saying that the Lions really did wrong when they picked their new GM. And is Urban Meyer a glutton for punishment? We'll explain all that. A whole lot more. Scores, highlights, shout-outs, everything. 40 minutes, and it starts right now as we take you to the NBA and the NBA scoreboard they're in. And, we still got some games in progression, so let's give them to you. By the way, the NBA report is presented by William Hill Sportsbook. That's right, William Hill Sportsbook. So let's get it going, shall we? All right. Minute 55 left to play in the third. Indiana Pacers 80, Portland Trail Blazers 66. 7:48 left in the third. It's Denver Nuggets 73, Warriors 63. Final score, by the way, you can see that game on TNT, lest you not forget. Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. Okay, let's keep going. Philadelphia 76ers beat the Miami Heat 125-108. Toronto Raptors beat up the Hornets by a deuce, 111-108. The Houston Rockets, the James Harden-less Houston Rockets, got back on the winning track. They beat the San Antonio Spurs 109-105. And believe it or not, that's it for basketball scores of the NBA. Don't believe me? Well, here's what we say. Believe it. All right. Man, we're on for a minute, and already things are in fier a thrill. Okay, let's go from the NBA to college basketball. The hoops. They are aligning. That's right. We got some hoops for you here. Welcome our international audience watching us from far away as London, England. And all the way into Australia. Okay, so you heard us earlier, and we'll just tease it one more time. Is Urban Meyer a sadist, a masochist, or a true glutton for punishment? We shall explain. Right now, we got some college hoops to give you. Why? Because we care. We care about you, the home viewer. So, if we're not fit to be tied, then we're loose-lipped. And here we go with the men. That's right. It's raining men's hoops here on the old Sports Final. Whoops. Hi there. Yep. We're hooked. Yep, it's raining hoops. Men's hoops here on the Sports Final. I've already said that joke twice, and I still get a brief chuckle out of it. There's a brief chuckle. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? Ba-bam. And we go for what happened the 14th. What did happen the 14th? I hear you say. Well, I'm here to give it to you. By the way, once again, our basketball coverage sponsored by William Hill Sportsbook. Now, William Hill Sportsbook is coming to certain locations here in America. Just stand by for all the fun, thrills, and excitement. And of course, if you are planning to gamble, gamble responsibly. All right, let's get the scores for January 14th. Number 1, Gonzaga, undefeated. And plans to stay that way. They won their 13th in a row over Pepperdine University, the home of the Belle of the Network Stars. 95-70 was the final score. Postponements. We've had a few. 5th-ranked Iowa, Michigan State postponed. 11th-ranked Houston, South Florida postponed. 22nd ranked Oregon and Arizona State also postponed. Wow. Amazing. That was fast. We may have to do a soft shoe for you. I'm glad we're only on for 40 minutes. We'll try to fill it out for you with scores, commentary, chutzpah. More for those of you elsewhere. Chutzpah. So let's get to it. The women were playing. Let's hope they were playing. If not, we're really going to be tap dancing. And I mean tap dancing. Goody. We got some scores for you. Let's do it. Number 2 ranked Louisville, an 89-70 winner over Boston College. 5th ranked South Carolina, 106-43 winner over Vanderbilt. Final in overtime. LSU over 7th-ranked Texas A&M, 65-61. 8th-ranked Maryland, a 90-73 winner over Minnesota. 11th-ranked Arizona over 10th-ranked Oregon, 57-41. 13th-ranked Michigan over Wisconsin, 69. Bing the bell, 69. Thank you. Wisconsin, 40. Alabama beat up on 14th-ranked Mississippi State, 86-78. 17th-ranked Arkansas, an 84-80 winner over Florida. 18th-ranked Indiana, 66-45 winner over Purdue. 20th-ranked Gonzaga, a 71-52 winner over Santa Clara. 21th-ranked Texas, a 79-72 winner over Kansas. 23rd-ranked Tennessee lost to Georgia 67-66, and the games that were postponed due to COVID-19. Virginia at number 3, North Carolina State. 12th ranked Kentucky over Auburn. 12th ranked Kentucky and Auburn. 24th ranked Syracuse and Georgia Tech. 22nd ranked Northwestern and Rutgers. All of those were postponed. Yes, they were totally postponed. Now, if you're wondering why we're not doing an hour show, that's why. Most of the action got postponed, so we decided we're not going to tap dance that long. So 40 minutes, and then we're completely out of here for the day. Which means, guess what time it is? That's right. Time for me to get out the old... Yeah, give us an applause, people, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good. It's good to have applause. That's right, folks. It's time for our little tap dance. We gave you the NBA. Now, how about let's give you the NHL? That's right. It was day 2, game 2 of season 2021. That's right. That's about 8 seconds. Let's get to the scores and the 3 stars who are a part of that. Shallst we? We shallst. I love it that we shallst. Shallst, let it all out. All right. Anyway, here we go. Scoreboard time. Let's get to A couple, maybe 3 or 4 games that are still in progress, one of which we're going to call. As the Edmonton Oilers beat up on the Vancouver Canucks by a score of 5-2. We have no, excusez-moi. Oh, yeah, they did win. Pardon me. Okay, let's just hold everything. Let's get this right. Minute 47 left to play in overtime. Sharks, Coyotes tied at 3. Second intermission. Ducks, Golden Knights tied at 2. Minute 27 left in the second before they go to the second intermission. It is the LA Kings over the Minnesota Wild, 3-1. Let's go for some finals, shall we? We shall. Capitals over. Can we switch over, guys? Thank you. Because they have the 3 stars, and we need those expressly for le hockey. Because if we don't have it for the hockey, then people will think we're totally nuts. Okay, so we got a lot of headlines. We can do a good 40 minutes. So give us a little squeeze here, folks. Let's go to it. And here we go. All right. Oilers beat the Canucks 5-2. If we get 3 stars, we'll give them to you. And there they are. Nugent Hopkins from Edmonton. We don't have a complete scorage on the gentleman, so we'll just give you the names. Nugent Hopkins from Edmonton. Let's see who else. McDavid from Edmonton. It was an Edmonton sweep. And Draisaitl for Edmonton. You're 3 stars. 39 seconds left to play before they have that shootout. Wonderful term, shootout. Sharks, Coyotes. Sharks on the power play. They're tied at 3. Second intermission, Kings over the Wild, 3-1. Also entering the second intermission, Ducks and Golden Knights. They're tied at 2. Final scores, we got them. You'll get them now. Washington Capitals over the Buffalo Sabres, 6-4. Oshie, 1 goal, 2 assists for Washington. Backstrom, 1 goal, 1 assist for Washington. And Ovechkin, 2 assists for Washington. They're your 3 stars. It was a Capital. No, I better not do that. So we'll just say it was a Washington sweep. Final in a shootout, Bruins over the Devils, 3-2. We only got 2 to 3 stars that were mentionable. Blackwood for New Jersey, 35 saves. Smith for New Jersey, 1 goal. We don't have the 3rd star available yet. If we do, we'll bring them to you before we end our broadcast. Islanders blank the Rangers 4-0. Varlamov, 24 saves. Lee for the Islanders. By the way, Varlamov for the Islanders. Lee for the Islanders, a goal and assist. And Barzal for the Islanders, 1 goal. Hurricanes blank the Red Wings as they started play in the arena that Pizza built. Niederreiter for Carolina, 1 goal. Detroit, Grice, 40 saves. And for Carolina, Mrazek, 14 saves. Red Wings now 0-1-0, so, well, it's still early. 55 games left to play. Winnipeg Jets in overtime beat the Calgary Flames 4-3. Lane with 2 goals for Winnipeg. Scheffel with 1 goal for Winnipeg. And Lindholm for Calgary, 1 goal and an assist. There's your 3 stars on that one. Nashville Predators beat up on the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-1. Forsberg with 1 goal for Nashville. Kunin with 1 goal for Nashville. And Saros, 29 saves for Nashville. Stars and Panthers postponed due to COVID. Ain't that a kick in the buns? If people had buns, I know. Okay. And as you know, I said hello to our international audience. So what do we do, kids, with an international audience? We give you international sports. That's right. Time to go across the pond and get some gooly here and give you some scores. Like, for example, in the Premier League, Arsenal and Crystal Palace ended up in a 0-0 tie. FA Women's League Cup, the FA Women's League Cup quarterfinals, Crystal Palace women lost to Leicester City women 1-0. In the Italian Coppa Italia, Spal defeated Sassuolo 2-0. Atalanta defeated Cagliari 3-1. In Brazil, Serie A, Corinthians defeated Fluminense 5-0. Dutch Eredivisie went like this. Groningen over Wilhelm 3-2. Ajax over Twente 3-1. Waalwijk over here and Heerenveen were tied at 1. In the Greek Super League, 2 games tonight. Atromitos Athens 2, Larnia 1, and AEK Athens over Aris 1-0. No rugby union tonight because, well, there wasn't anything going on. Obvious, isn't it? This is true. This is true. By the way, can we, asking my people in the control center, by the way, the European Championships, here's what we're talking about. For rugby union, all games postponed due to COVID. Okay, can we haven't done this for a while, and we should because we don't. We are cowards. Let's do the Premier League standings. That's right, we're doing the Premier League standings. Ain't that a kick in the you-know-wheres? Okay, boys, let's get you the tables, the chairs, and everything involved with the Premier League. Let's take you to the standings. And remember, folks, we got 1 and 2 versions of the Premier League. And, wow, this is simply irresistible, don't you think? Or don't you think? Yeah, it is irresistible. Okay, so let's give you the Premier League action. And remember, I do believe if rule exists, wish we had the let's just okay, let's go bottom up. Okay, the 3 teams that have, well, they got to do something quick. Number 20, Sheffield United with 5 points. 19, West Bromwich Albion with 8 points. Fulham gets 18th place, and that's 12 points. We go to those that have nowhere to go, and that will probably be staying there. 17 to 6th place. 17th place, Brighton and Hove Albion with 14 points. Burnley at 16th place with 16. Newcastle United 15th place with 19 points. Wolverhampton Wanderers 14th place with 22 points. Crystal Palace 13th place with 23. As is 12th place Leeds United, also with 23. Arsenal in 11th with 24 points. West Ham United with 26 points in 10th. In 9th, also with 26 points, Chelsea. 8th place, also with 26 points, Aston Villa. 7th place, Southampton with 29. And 6th place, Tottenham Hotspur. And now for the big 5, folks. 5th place, Everton with 32. Leicester City in 4th, also with 32. Manchester City in 3rd, also with 32. Liverpool in 2nd with 33. They are the defending Premier League champions. And Manchester United still at the top of the heap with 36 points. There is your Premier League. Now, if we recall, now, let us not forget the those standings And I know we got more scores from the Premier League to come. The hearty. Brum. We got the three bottom feeders, 18 through 20. There's regulation. Then we got the teams that are going to the European, or the team going to the Euro League group stage. And then in this case, it's Everton. And the remainder of the board, except for the middle 6 through 17, the top 4 go to the UEFA Champions League group stage, and the 4 right now, as we speak, are Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Leicester City. Everton will go to the Euro League, and the 3 bottom dwellers, 18 through 20, will be regulated to another league. The bottom of the heap league, I guess they'll call it. So we'll keep you updated on all that fun stuff. That is our want in life, to keep you updated on everything that is on the League of the Premiers. But man, oh man, Manchester United. I mean, Manchester United and the defending champs Liverpool. Liverpool just 3 points away. It is still early, though. Still early. And I still say Liverpool's got a good chance to defend the title. But we'll just wait and see on that, shall we? We shall. And on that note, a little bit of the high note. Let's do what we also do for a wild time here on the broadcast, and that's give you some headlines, because we don't give you headlines. Where would we go? Okay, let's go to it. NBA, we got some NBA news for you. Well, besides the trade, but there was something else. As the Rockets were mulling their 11th hour, hi there. Let's keep. Okay, as the Rockets were mulling their 11th hour options for trading James Harden, it came down to 2 teams, the Nets, who ultimately won the Harden sweepstakes via a massive 4-team deal, and the 76ers, who were reportedly offered tribal in a future draft compensation. Now, the deal the Rockets took landed them 4 future first-round picks and the rights to 4 future pick swaps with the Nets, all unprotected, plus Dante Exum, Rodinius Curix, and Victor Oladipo, the latter of whom came by way of Houston, flipping Karis LeVert to the Pacers. Now, the Rockets got a good deal either way, but one could argue Simmons was the prize jewel in any of these offers, and they missed out on him. Now, why didn't Houston do the deal with Philly? Initial reports indicated the sticking point was rookie Tyrese Maxey, whom the Rockets wanted and the Sixers didn't want to include. But was that really the case? Well, hanging in the background of all this was the rocky relationship between Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta and Sixers general manager Daryl Morey, who held the same position with Houston under Fertitta before stepping down under the guise of spending more time with his family, only to take the Sixers job shortly thereafter. Now, Fertitta and Morey had their differences with the Rockets. For one, I think it's not Fertitta. I think it's Fertitta. Fertitta reportedly stepped in when Morey wasn't too keen on trading for Russell Westbrook and made the deal happen. Now, fast forward to Wednesday, and as the Rockets were mulling their options, and everyone was thinking the Sixers were very realistic trade partners, Fertitta was reportedly adamant that that was not going to happen. From Yahoo's Chris Haynes, speaking on this hosted a podcast. So, after that, I was told that Tillman Fertitta, the Houston Rockets owner, he was adamant that they not make a deal with Philly? Obviously, with Daryl Morey being the general manager over there now, end quote. Now, assuming the report is kosher, Fertitta is really playing with a whole lot of fire, letting whatever animosity he harbors towards Morey interfere with a transaction that will largely define the next decade of Houston Rockets basketball and business. Now, if Raphael Stone, who took over for Morey as Houston's new GM, really believes the 14 deal with Brooklyn, Indiana, and Cleveland was a better play than whatever Philly was willing to offer, then okay, fine. But if the Rockets passed on Ben Simmons for any reason other than basketball, only one thing to say. Now, with a specifically tailored roster around him, there are plenty of people who believe Simmons could lead a championship-caliber team. The picks Houston got from Brooklyn and Cleveland, for that matter, are good and perhaps will end up being better than the Sixers' future picks once the Harden, Durant, Irving triumvirate ages out and the Nets possibly go back into the tank. But there's a good possibility none of those picks net a player the caliber of Simmons. Time's going to tell a lot on this puppy, guaranteed. Okay, we go to more headlines. It's 11:59. Before we go to more headlines, let's tell you what's coming up on the Nick Rekieta podcast. Let's try that again. On the Nick Rekieta broadcast, Lost Blading the Interwebs on the YouTube channel known as Rekieta Law. And I got the cue right here to read, and because I'm a good reader, they say that I'm a good reader. That's because I read. I read copy that I make myself. Mm-hmm. And tonight it's a good one, guys. After about 3 nights of hellish excitement, we give you something for everyone. Tonight it's a whiskey review, relaxed chat, and miscellaneous foobar. So join Minnesota's most humble attorney, Nick Rekieta, tonight at midnight. In fact, right now, he's on at midnight on the Rekieta Law channel here on YouTube for Lost Blading the Interwebs with Nick Rekieta. That's tonight, midnight on East, 11 p.m. In the Central Time Zone. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. Okay, are they on right now? You think we can spot them a bit? Okay, because I know we got to do some. Because this is unusual. But you think we can do this?
Like Rick's and Wingrove and these young Australian guys coming through. Like, probably.
Folks, this is a replay of Wednesday night's game between the Durham Bulls and the Montgomery Biscuits. You'll never guess where they were. That's right. They're in Australia. Wow. Let's give you a little taste of that right now.
And Robbie Glendenning and then you got the arms. You still got Todd Van Stencil, Luke Wilkins, Tim Atherton still looking in good shape. And these guys, I think if we can just keep progressing and developing these young guys, and you got young guys like Maddox Starby, who's probably going to be knocking on the door very shortly, and as a 16-year-old to be on a Heat roster is pretty special, and hopefully we see him in the Heat uniforms in not too long distant future, and just looking forward to seeing these young guys progress.
So you had what the Heat have had a bit of a mixed bag so far, but the team when you look at the team, you look at the names, you look at the arms, and the arms have done a phenomenal job. I mean, I guess is it a case of that just the consistency of the season hasn't happened enough, so it just hasn't all clicked as it possibly will?
Yeah, I think this year too, our arms are very good. Our bullpen, I think, is very good. You go to the bullpen and guys like Gherkin and Strong and Reiniger, that's a very good, strong bullpen and very exciting. Then you look at our starting rotation. You got Unsworth, Salsa, and Wiles, and they're all great arms, and they did a great job in Brisbane. And there's going to be days where we hit and don't pitch, and there's going to be days where we pitch and don't hit. And if we can just balance it out and just play consistent baseball, I think we're going to go a long way, and I think we can compete for another title.
So I don't have to. I mean, I would have thought that that's probably the best pitching staff the Heat have possibly had for a long while. Like, just when you look at adding you into it, of course, it would have to be. So I mean, I think when you look at the teams now, when you look at, it depends on who you're going to end up playing and how with quarantine. But gets out there at first and 2 down for the Biscuits. I think there's a lot to be for Heat fans. There's a lot to be optimistic about.
Yeah, I think it's a different type of pitching staff what we've had in the past as well. I think we've had some really good pitching staffs, but they're all cagey. You look at guys like Mike Ekstrom, Ben Moore.
Okay, that was just a little taste of what occurred on
like young up and coming guys that probably
on Wednesday night between Durham and Montgomery, Alabama. They were in Western Australia. And the score, I do believe, was 5-2 Montgomery. It wasn't a bad game now, was it? Of course not. But it's an exhibition. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. We still got some scores for you. We got some more headlines for you, and everything else we have for you tonight, my friends, we will do for you. That's right. We've, wow. Let's get going, shall we? Okay, in NFL action, the Jaguars did the deed. They brought back Urban Meyer to coach. This is a great day for Jacksonville, said Shad Khan. Well, the deal is done. The Jacksonville Jaguars have their next head coach, and his name is Urban Meyer. Hours after reports indicated former Ohio State coach and, now I guess we can say, former host of the popular Fox Sports Big Game Saturday pregame show, was finalizing the deal to fill the Jaguars' vacancy. The team announced Myers is officially on board, with owner Shad Khan saying Thursday that the longtime college coach is, quote, in need. This is a great day for Jacksonville and Jaguar fans everywhere. Urban Meyer is who we want and need, a leader, winner, champion, who demands excellence and produces results. Now, while Urban already enjoys a legacy in the game of football that few will ever match, his passion for the opportunity in front of him here in Jacksonville is powerful and unmistakable. I am proud to name Urban Meyer the next head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I am trying to adjust the microphone. There we go. Okay. Hurrah. The 56-year-old Meyer has served as a head coach at 4 different colleges over the course of his career, most recently at Ohio State, where he went 83-9 and also won a national championship from 2012 to 2018. Prior to that, he served as the head coach at Florida from 2005 to 2010, Utah 2003, 2004, and Bowling Green 2001 to 2002, going a combined 104 and 23. As Brian DiArdo noted from CBS Sports, Meyer's college football success was rivaled only by Alabama's Nick Saban and Clemson's Dabo Swinney. Meyer won 85% of his games during that span, the third best, believe it or not, winning percentage in FBS history. One of just 3 coaches to win a national title at 2 different schools, Meyer is the only coach in major college history to have 4 win streaks of at least 20 games. Meyer said Thursday at a presser, quote, I'm ready to coach Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville has an enthusiastic fan base, and the fans deserve a winning team. Now, with upcoming opportunities in the NFL draft and strong support from ownership, the Jaguars are well positioned to become competitive. I've analyzed this decision from every angle. Time is right in Jacksonville, and the time is right for me to return to coaching. I'm excited about the future of this organization and our long-term prospect for success. Now, Meyer, who spent the last few seasons serving as an administrative role for Ohio State's football programs, becomes the 8th full-time head coach in Jags history, succeeding Doug Marrone after the latter went 23-43 in just over 4 seasons. Wow. And of course, let's not forget, he also was one of the gang over there at Fox's Big Game Saturday pre-show. So there you go. Now you're probably saying, hey, that's great. What about the Lions? Oh, yes, we must not forget about our friends, the Lions. Well, they were hoping to run the gauntlet, but, well, they won 1 out of 2. And if we can get to the news, we can be happy on that. Yes, we can. And if you are Detroit, at least you can be happy you got something out of it, didn't you? Well, I guess you could say yes. Yes, indeed. We got something from it. Yes. We got ourselves a new general manager. That's right. But do they have the right one? A lot of people are saying, well, not really exciting about this, but let's give you the deets from the Detroit Free Press. The Detroit Lions, yes, they do have a new general manager. His name is Brad Holmes. Now, if you're not familiar with Mr. Holmes, you're about to find out why. He is the Los Angeles Rams Director of College Scouting, whom the Lions hired as their general manager on Thursday. Now, is this going to be something we all should be happy about? Well, we'll probably get nothing but puppies and rainbows from the Lions. Sheila Ford Hamp said in a statement on Thursday, on behalf of the entire Lions organization, I am thrilled to welcome Brad Holmes to Detroit. Several weeks ago, when we embarked on this process, it was critical that we find the right person to fit our vision for this team. It was evident early on that Brad is a proven leader who is ready for this opportunity. We are thrilled to introduce him to our fans as a member of our football family. Rah! End quote. But let's not forget, this is what team president Ron Wood said about hiring Bob Quinn in 2016. And in what else previously? Nationally, people weren't so thrilled, seemingly falling out of the national consciousness as fast as it popped up Thursday morning. Now, media attention and fan interest isn't a great indicator of anyone's potential, but it's somewhat kind of a barometer that tells us the rest of the football world was somewhat underwhelmed, and I think we now know why they were underwhelmed. Now, let's just first say Holmes supposedly helped guide the decision to draft Jared Goff instead of Carson Wentz with the top overall pick in 2016 for the team that he used to billick for. If that's true, it speaks to Holmes' potential to draft the right quarterback, or at least not the wrong one, for the Lions this year or sometime soon after. Now, it's not like Goff will be the next Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, God forbid. But here's something refreshing about Holmes' potential: his willingness to admit he learned from his mistakes. And trust me, he whiffed on some elevations of Kentucky quarterback Andre Woodson and Louisville quarterback Brian Brohm. Now, what is he going to do for the Lions, you may ask? Well, maybe draft something that the Lions need. A lot of beef. We'll find out. Now, remember, the Rams were the team that signed Ndamukong Suh and Ramsey, who almost came to blows with Jaguars coach Doug Marrone on the sidelines. Ooh la la. Again, what does this do for Detroit? we'll just have to wait and see. Now, you're probably asking, hey, did they get their coach? Not necessarily. Why? Well, because he's now with the New York Jets. That name strikes fear into the hearts of Lions fans. It's because they were the team that were this close from hiring Matt Patricia. You may also... Yes, a lot of you remember that, don't you? Don't you? Yes, a lot of you remember that. Well, the Jets have their next head coach. The team announced Thursday that it reached an agreement with former San Francisco 49er defense coordinator Robert Saleh to take the job. He'll replace Adam Gase, who went 9 in his 2 seasons as the Jets head coach. Well, he must have caught himself a moose. Saleh interviewed with both Jets CEO Christopher Johnson and GM Joe Douglas earlier this week. The Jets cast a very wide net when it came to interviewing coaching candidates. Saleh was one of 9 to be interviewed by the Jets after helping to mold an elite 49er defense in 2019 before falling prey to bad injury luck in 2020. Saleh was a hot candidate on the coaching market. In addition to the Jets, he met with the Lions, Chargers, and Jaguars. They, of course, hired Urban Meyer. Now, Saleh's defenses with the 49ers were likely his main selling point. Just 1 season after coaching up the NFL's elite unit, he remained in the top half of all major statistical categories, despite losing a slew of starters, including his best defensive player in Nick Bosa. Now, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Saleh will bring with him another 49ers assistant coach, passing game coordinator Mike LaFleur in New York. LaFleur will take over as the offensive coordinator under Saleh. Hi, sweetums. Hi, baby. Okay.
What's today's date?
And we are on the air live. Today,
What today's date is?
it is the 15th. Mom, it's the 15th. You're welcome. May I continue? Thanks. Thank you. No, you're not. No apologies. You have the right as ownership. As we were saying, this is going to be an interesting hire, specifically because there has been speculation over what current Jets QB Sam Darnold would look like in Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. Now, the expectation is that LaFleur will bring over a similar system, albeit with his own wrinkles, and this will make for a number 3 overall draft pick. LaFleur is the brother of Packers head coach Matt LaFleur and previously served on Kyle Shanahan's led offensive staff, Cleveland and Atlanta, before following them to San Francisco first as wide receivers coach and then passing game coordinator. It remains to be seen if Darnold is in the future plans for New York as they currently hope to draft pick overall in this year's NFL draft and could opt to select a new franchise signal caller. 49ers cornerback Richard Sherman has been vocally supportive of Saleh getting on the head coaching and tweeted out his congratulations to the Jets. We shall see what happens then.
You said the 15th.
Yes, Mom.
All right, I didn't know that. I had to write it down.
Thank you, Mom.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You have the right.
No, I needed to know what the date was.
Well, I have now. I have told you it's January 15th. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep going, shall we? In Major League Baseball, we're going to make this. My God, we're going to make this. Yes, the Hot Stove League went a step further. The Philadelphia Phillies, hi there, have taken a step toward fixing their historically sucky bullpen. They agreed to a 1-year contract worth $6 million with free agent right-hander Archie Bradley, Ben Nicholson-Smith of Sportsnet, and Mark Feinsand of MLB.com did the report. The Phillies have not yet confirmed the signing. the signing or the signing. The 28-year-old Bradley went from the Diamondbacks to the Reds at the trade deadline or the table deadline last year. Cincinnati's been cutting costs all offseason, and the team non-tendered Bradley in December rather than pay him a projected $4.7 million through arbitration. Similar to Kyle Schwarber, Bradley landed more than his arbitration projection as a free agent. Now, since moving to the bullpen full-time in 2017, Bradley owns a .295 ERA with 259 strikeouts and 234 and two-thirds innings. He spent time as a closer and a setup man, and his power stuff makes him a good candidate for a fireman role. Bradley has the best bat-missing ability and moxie to enter messy inning and strand runners. Phillies bullpen was not just the worst in baseball last season. It was one of the worst bullpens ever. Obvious caveat is the short 60-game season. Phillies' 7.06 bullpen ERA was second worst in history, trailing only the 1930s Phillies bullpen, 8.03 ERA. Phillies added lefty Jose Alvarado in a three-team trade with the Rays and Dodgers earlier this month. Joe Girardi's relief crew at the moment looks something like this. Closer, right-handed pitcher Hector Neris. Setup, left-handed pitcher Jose Alvarado. Right-handed pitcher Archie Bradley. Middle, right-handed pitcher Connor Brogdon. Right-handed pitcher Sam Coonrod. Right-handed pitcher Ian Hamilton. Left-handed pitcher Ranger Suarez. Long innings or long pitching, right-handed pitcher David Hale. Left-handed pitcher Cole Irvin. And depth would be right-handed pitcher Victor Ariano and left-handed pitcher Kyle Dohe. Good luck to them all. Okay, let's keep going, shall we? We shall keep going. Hello, let's keep going. Hello, let's follow the bouncing ball. There we go.
What's today's date?
Okay, today's date is January 5th. It's a Friday. It's 12:20 a.m. Eastern Time. The year is 2021. And you are live.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had to write down the date that when I took my
Well, I understand, but you've asked that question now 3 times and we have it on tape. Okay, let's get going with more broadcast here. Well, 4 Alabama Crimson Tide players have declared for the 2021 draft, and they are redshirt junior quarterback Mac Jones, wide receiver Jalen Waddle, defensive back Patrick Surtain II, and is that all? Yeah, that's about all completed. Yep. We skipped everything. Now, Jones completed 77.4% of his passes, 311 of posted 203.06 passer rating, all of which led the nation. He finished third in the Heisman Trophy voting behind his teammate and winner Devonta Smith and Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence. He is the number 25th overall prospect and 5th-ranked quarterback in the most recent NFL draft prospect ratings from CBS Sports. So, wow. Not a bad way to end a career with the national championship and high marks. There you go. Okay.
Today's the 14th.
15th, Mom. Texas hires special team coach Jeff Banks away from Alabama with $1 million annual salary. We'll just do highlights now, news highlights. And the Sony Open. After the first round in Hawaii. Let's give you that before we go to the scoreboard and say our good nights to you. There's a 3-way tie at the top of the board in Honolulu with a young star shining very bright. The Sony Open is a great contrast to the previous week's Tournament of Champions, but in round 1 on Thursday, it provided a similarly great leaderboard. There's a 3-way tie at the top as Joaquin Niemann and Jason Kokrak Kokrak and Peter Malinotti all shot 8 under 62 to jump in front of an eclectic 6-way tie at 600, including Jim Harriman, Vaughn Taylor, Siwoo Kim, Daniel Berger, Patton Kizzuri, and Aaron Badley, who are all 2 back, naming his biggest name among those 6, and consequently the favorite going into round 2. And there you have it there. So we continue on our merry little way as the golf season begins. Now, although James Harden is now with the Brooklyn Nets, his restaurant opened in Houston. What did the fans think about it? Well, that's right. This is awkward. 13 Restaurant, which is James Harden's new establishment. It's laid open in late January, despite the superstar guard being traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Even though the restaurant isn't open to the public just yet, that did stop Houston Rockets fans from roasting Harden in the review section for 13 Restaurant on Google. Some of the tweets are like this in full. The NBA Central Twitter page. Some of the reviews on James Harden's new restaurant in Houston. It has a picture. We won't share with the picture. The restaurant can't be fixed. It's just not good enough, one reviewer said. I told the chef to make the bread as soft as the owner, and it might taste just right. Who am I kidding? It's still weak, another reviewer wrote. Multiple reviewers mocked Harden's final comments during a press conference prior to his trade. In that press conference, Harden claimed that the situation with the Rockets couldn't be fixed. Now, despite Harden's departure, restaurant spokesman Cherie Henrinos told the Houston Post that 13 restaurants still going to open later this month. Our restaurant is named for Harden's number 13 jersey, which will continue to be his number with the Nets. 13 restaurant be located in the Midtown neighborhood in Houston, where will serve upscale fare to patrons. Good luck to all. Speaking of good luck, how you doing, everybody on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gab, Social, and of course, Minds, everybody else. How y'all doing? And TikTok. Okay. Once again, time prohibits, and we are running overtime. That's right. So over hill, over dale, the scoreboard will not fail. Come on, give us scoreboard. Thank you. Time for scoreboard. Time to give scoreboard. Time to give scores. So we can get out of here. We're a little late tonight. But what the hell? I said we were going 40, and we're about a short minute or 2 away from hitting the hour. Wow. Impressive, isn't it? Okay. So here we are. Here we go. Do we have any more? Well, not really. Okay, let's go for basketball, shall we? In the Euro League, Anadolu Fs defeated the Kamiki, defeated Kamiki 99-60. Olympia Milano over Alba Berlin 84-70. And Maccabi Tel Aviv over Baskonia 91-82. In Swedish hockey, why not? Swedish hockey is pretty good. Orbro over Jardins 2-0. HV 71 a 4-2 winner over Farstead. Lexans a 3-2 winner over Linkopings. Lulea 4-1 winner over Bryans. Skelfte 5-1 winner over Frolunda. And finally, Vaxshow in overtime defeated Rogel 3-2. Folks, there it is. We have done the impossible and made it totally regrettable. That's right, we've done it. We're overtime and overspent, so we got to get out of here. A lot of things happening tomorrow. We hope you'll be part of it. Have a great and happy Friday, which this is, except on the West Coast where it's still Thursday. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm Steve, the Backsman Backsleeve, for everybody here on Sports Final. Have a great night, super morning, and a happy Friday to come. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports, as well as YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Till then, bye-bye, bye bonds, and blessings.
Is this Monday?